Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jadisola and today's video is for anyone who's looking to change their career or transition into a new industry and don't even know where to start. Now, there are different reasons why anyone would think that they want to change their career or their job. It may be that they don't like the current job that they have, or maybe they want to make more money and then they found out that there's a specific industry that pay more money. Or maybe they just relocated to a new country, or maybe they've been on a career break and they're trying to get back into the workforce. Whatever your reasons are, I understand that the decision to change career is never the easiest one to take. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing 5 steps that would help you to transition from your current job or industry into the one that you actually want. So let's get started. So the first step is to find out the requirements for this new role or industry you're trying to transition into. And basically, you want to ask yourself, what does this role or this job or this industry require of me? And you can find this out doing a lot of research. So reading books, learning about the industry, checking out job descriptions, speaking to people that are currently in the industry, watching YouTube videos. These are ways that you can actually do the research. And what you're trying to do is to analyze what are the responsibilities of these roles, what is the knowledge required, what are the skills and the experiences required to actually get on this role. You're basically asking what do they require of me to be able to get into this role. So once you've identified what is required of you, you want to now identify your transferable skills.
I've got to be honest, Carol, I've got no qualifications or job experience, but I've got pizzazz, I've got charisma, and I think outside the box. I'm also capable of being in the box at the same time. I can do both, if you know what I mean.
Not really. So what job experience have you got?
Well, I actually want to be an actress.
What job experience have you got?
My boyfriend had his own business, and I used to help him out. But he recently left me, Carol.
So while the first one is asking the question, what do they want for this role? This one is asking, what do I have for this role? So you're basically trying to match your current experiences, knowledge, and skills with the ones that are required for the role that you're trying to transition into. So let's say, for example, you're trying to transition from being a customer service person to someone in business development. And let's say for the business development role, it requires you to speak to customers and sell companies' products to them. If you've done the same thing in your capacity as someone in customer service, you want to note that down. So you want to have a list of everything that you currently have and then match it against the requirements for you to transition into this role. So once you've done this, you want to identify the gaps. Now, the second point is about identifying the similarities between what you've already done and what the new role requires of you. Now, this other part is trying to identify what's missing. And for this one, you have to be completely honest with yourself because it sets the tone for the next set of steps. So if the role requires you to have super technical skills in a particular area and you don't have it, you want to note that down. If it requires you to have had certain experiences or certain qualifications, you want to note those things down. So you want to understand what it will really take for you to get into this role. Now, this leads me on to the next step, which is extremely critical as well. Now, for this next step, you want to do a self-assessment. Now, this self-assessment is about asking yourself real, honest questions. How bad do you really want this transition? Why do you want this transition? What are the sacrifices that you're willing to make in order to transition into this role? Because I can tell you that transitioning into a new career or a new industry is not the easiest of things to do. You want to ask yourself about your current situation as well. If you have family, if you are of a certain age, if you have a family that you need to continue to provide for financially, and the sacrifices that you have to make to transition into this new role requires you to maybe not work for a while or take a pay cut, you really want to think about it. If it requires you to learn a technical skill, for example, you want to ask, how long will this learning process take? For example, let's say you're trying to transition into software development and you're trying to go through a bootcamp. There are bootcamps that may take you 3 to 12 months to learn software engineering, for example, and these are things that you want to consider. So basically, what you're trying to do is anticipate all the struggles that you're going to have on this journey and plan for them. So anyone trying to change their career is going to have at least 3 main problems. They're going to have problems around what do they need to learn, right, in order to transition into this role. They're going to have maybe a problem around how did they sell themselves. So what are the things that they need to put on their CV? And then the third will probably be around, how do they pass the interview? So the job interview process. These are all the things that you need to look at when you're doing your self-assessment, and ask yourself critically, how bad do I really want this? Because the goals that you have are the things that are going to keep you motivated when you start to encounter all these struggles. So the final step is to bridge the gap. So this is when you now start to take active steps towards closing the gaps that you identified earlier. So if you have to go and learn certain skills or gain certain experiences, then you want to go and start to do that. It may involve you going back to school, taking online courses, or even doing personal projects to gain the experiences that you need. Spending a lot of time watching videos, gaining all this knowledge is really going to help you to close the gap. Another step in closing this gap might be to take a bridging job. So this is about taking a step that will move you closer to the role that you currently want. So let's say, for example, you are a customer service person in an accounting firm and you want to transition into software development in a fintech company, for example. You can first of all get a customer service job in a fintech industry. You're one step closer. So you're doing this job while you're learning software development. So number one, this starts to give you the opportunity to learn about the fintech industry while you're learning how to code as well. Number two is that you're likely also going to have the opportunity of maybe interacting with software developers within that company while you're also learning. So this moves you one step closer to your goal, even though you're not yet doing your dream role at the moment. Another thing you can do to start to close the gap is to start to look for roles. Now, one of the things you want to do, obviously, is to make sure that your CV sells you as someone who's trying to move into this role. So you want to make sure that your CV is tailored to the role that you're trying to transition into. And then once you do that, do not shy away from taking interviews. Now, a lot of the interviews you're going to get initially, you might get a lot of rejections, but it's part of your learning curve. You don't want to spend all the time learning all the things that you need to learn, only to find out that there's another hoop for the interview stage. Now, with different industries, there are different interview requirements, and getting yourself familiar with these requirements even before you're ready is always a plus. So that's it. Those are my 5 steps. If you are currently trying to transition into a new role or a new industry, I sincerely wish you all the best, because I know that changing careers and the decision to even change career is not the easiest of things to do. And I really hope that this video has helped in some way. And feel free to share your career transition journey in the comment section below. And if you have enjoyed this video, please make sure you subscribe, like, and share. And I'll see you next time. Bye.